Bet365 is an A-rated book on SBR. Click on their logo to discover why.
Hi, I'm Natalie Rideson and welcome to Euro Football Weekly. The European leagues are sadly over for this season, but there is still money to be made, especially on the winners' market for next year. Joining us now is Richard O'Hagan, sports writer and regular contributor to SBR, to run down these odds from a betting perspective. Richard, thanks for being here.
Hi Natalie, it's nice to be with you again.
Now, the order of the top three in the winners' market for Serie next year directly reflects the final order of the season's top three. So we've got Juventus priced at 1.75, Roma at 4.5 and Napoli at 6. Would you say that that order is correct or very highly influenced by the results from this year?
I think it's correct, Natalie. What we saw this year was the season started out with those three teams quite close together, and Juve gradually stretched away from Roma, and Roma gradually stretched away from Napoli. So I can see that potentially happening again next year, but also I can actually see it finishing up as a lot closer race. And remember, Juve broke the European record for number of points scored in a season this year. That's not going to happen again next year. The other teams are going to look to build and become stronger over the summer transfer window. So I think it's going to be a much closer contest. So whilst I think that's probably still going to be the eventual finishing order, I think the odds on Juve are probably going to lengthen as time goes on towards the start of August.
I was almost thinking actually of putting a bet on Roma to win. I thought they started off the season very well. Then obviously they suffered sort of injuries with Trevino and Totti, and I think that was over sort of about 4 matches. And I felt that they kind of lost their momentum then. Do you think that Roma is a sort of a strong contender for the title next year?
I certainly think that Roma was the closest contenders to Juve, and I think they've got a really good chance this season. We don't know what's going to happen to Juve over the summer. We don't know if they're going to keep hold of Conte, the manager. We don't know what changes they're going to make to their squad, because they've got players who are coming up to the end of their contracts. So I think that, yeah, Roma are going to be strong contenders. If I'm going to back anyone other than Juve to retain the title, I'll be backing Roma to win it.
Okay then. Now, you agreed with the order here. If there were to be a break in the order, which team would be the team to do it? The next favourite's AC Milan, that's priced at 15.
I think AC or Internazionale have got to be the two teams you're going to back here, simply because you can't expect both Milan sides to have such terrible seasons as they did this year. Neither of them was ever really in proper contention here, and I really expect them to both come back a lot better next time around. So yeah, I'd be looking at either of those sides to come in and break into that top three. But I think they're probably going to be reasonably long odds, and they're going to be reasonably long odds for a reason, which is it's a tough nut to crack for either.
Yeah, I agree with you. And what would you say the best way is to play the Serie outright winners market as it stands right now?
I'd be inclined just to hold off a little bit and just see what happens with the situation at Juventus, because if Conte stays, okay, that's going to have a little bit of a knock on Juventus's odds, but it's also going to lengthen the odds of the challengers, because I don't think that's something that's particularly factored into the market at the moment. So I think you've got an option there. Also, if he goes, Juventus's odds will lengthen. So just wait and see how that one plays out first, and then put your money on.
Okay, good advice there, Richard. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome, Natalie.